the first question, it is given that a hammer, the mass for which is 200 kg, is falling down through 1.25 meters. So we are letting it free, so it will fall down from gravity. When we let it free, means u is equal to 0. And then, after falling down through 1.25 meters, it comes to rest after striking a mass. So this is a mass. After striking this, it comes to rest. Okay. The duration of the blow is length of a second. So now both of them will move. Because nothing is mentioned, we have to assume that the hammer and the mass both are moving. When they are both moving, it will come to some distance and also come to rest. That the time taken for both to come to rest is 1/10th of a second. So when they are striking, at that time, what is the force exerted? It is nothing but a clear case of impulse of a force. And the impulse of a force is force multiplied time. So from that we will have to find out what will be the value of the force when time is given. We have to write the equation for force multiplied by time. For that, the distance covered, right, when it falls down through a height of 1.25 meters, then V square is equal to U square plus 2gh, because final point is down where g is positive. So we will get u to be equal to 0, because just let fall and it will come down. Let fall and coming down. So u is 0. So using the equation, V square is equal to u square plus 2 into g into h. So it will be equal to u is 0 plus 2 into g is equal to 10 into the height is 1.25 meters. 25. So from this we get this to be equal to 25. V square is equal to 25. So from that, therefore, we will get V will be equal to root of 25 meters, or V is equal to 5 meters per second. So here the final velocity V is equal to 5 meters per second. After the mass of 200 kg falls on another mass, they are both together for 1/10th of a second. So we know the time. You write t equal to 1/10 seconds or anything that you want. And when it has been in contact with the mass for 1/10th of a second, and that is all, then it will stop. Final velocity will be 0. So change in velocity will be 5 minus 0 will be equal to 5 itself. All shown. Well, we know from the impulse of a force that force into time is equal to mass into the change in velocity, that will be equal to 5 minus 0. That will be equal to m is given to be equal to 200 into 5. So from that, therefore, the force will be equal to 200 into 5. Please note all SI units. Force will be a very large number, but still it is newtons because SI, all the values in SI. And then this time going that becomes divided by time, and divided by time is 1/10th. So now this force will be in newtons. So that will be equal to 10,000, you check it up, calculate and see, newtons. 10 going there becomes 200 multiplied 10. That is 2000 into 5 is 10,000. And he is asking us only the force. So divide this by 1000. So it will become 10 kilonewton. So that is the answer. See the next question. In the next question, it is given that a masses of m and 2m are connected by a string passing over a pulley. Very good question. In the first attempt, no student will be able to solve by themselves. In the first attempt, no student will be able to solve by themselves. So one is mass m and another is the mass 2m. Because 2m is more, so it will keep on falling downwards. So it will keep on falling down. Okay. Connected by a string passing over a pulley after 3 seconds. T equal to 3 seconds. After 3 seconds, a mass is picked up by the ascending body. 2m heavier going down, so m will move up. So when m is moving up after 3 seconds, then the new situation after 3 seconds is 2m is coming down, m is going up, so the position is like this. So m has moved up because it is lighter than the mass on the other side, which is heavier, equal to 2m. See, whatever distance m has gone up, same distance 2m will come down. So, matching well, therefore show 2m here. And this is m. Now what is given here is, a mass is picked up by, at this point, not here, at this point, the mass is picked up by the ascending body. This is heavier, come down, this is lighter, that will go up. This is ascending, on that there is a mass taken by it. Find the resultant motion. So, the mass that is picked up should also be equal to m, because no mention is made about it. Or what you can do is, we will do the correction if the question is not okay, man. Yeah, that's all. So, a mass m is picked up. So what you have to do is, when the two masses are moving by itself, after 3 seconds find the velocity. That is the velocity just before picking up. When another mass is also added, both this will have a different motion, different velocity. What is that velocity? How to find it out? So this mass is picking up, so it is like this. This mass is picking up a mass suddenly. So more mass. So velocity will decrease. How to find that velocity after picking up? We know momentum before change is equal to the momentum after the change. So just before picking up, say what is the momentum? For that we have to find out the velocity in this case after 3 seconds. So how to do it? V is equal to u plus at. At the beginning u equal to 0. And when it is just picking up another mass, then the velocity is v. Right. So what to do? First 3 seconds. The final velocity v is equal to u, which is 0 of course. At the starting, to fix the mass, there should be no motion of the string. Otherwise you can never put it at all. So u is 0 plus the acceleration into t. Right. So now it is given that the two masses are 2m and m. Then in the denominator we will get 2m plus m. 2m minus m will be m only. In the denominator we have 2m plus m, which is equal to 3m. So this will be equal to 1. The acceleration it is 1 by 3 meters per second square. It is the acceleration, means not the velocity. So A will be equal to put this value in the equation for B. So 1 by 3, t is 3 seconds. So 1 by 3 into 3, this is 0. So that will be equal to 1. So we will get, therefore, V equal to 1 meters per second when only the two masses are moving at that time. 3 seconds over, then what happens is that this mass will pick up another mass. So now when all the three masses are moving, we have to find out what will be the new velocity. How? When you can see that there is a sudden change, conservation of momentum. So first we have got, so I am continuing from here. So first we have got masses 2m plus m will be equal to 3m. After 3 seconds, the velocity of these two masses is equal to 1 meters per second. Thereafter, another mass m is picked up, so the total mass will be now 4m. We have to find out what will be the velocity of this new combination, and on simplifying, you will get that v dash will be equal to 3 by 4 meters per second. So this is the new velocity exactly when this situation is arised. After that, during the ensuing motion, find what will be the type of motion. So we have seen that all the three bodies will be now moving by 3 by 4 meters per second. So the answer is that during the ensuing motion, all the three masses will be having a new velocity equal to 3 by 4 meters per second. Right. Thereafter, we have got another question. Two equal weights P and Q is connected by a string and passes over a pulley. P descends and Q ascends. When the two weights are equal, note this, M1 and M2 will be equal. So in the equation for acceleration, when both are equal, they will get cancelled, so acceleration is equal to 0. When acceleration is equal to 0, then a good question this one, appears simple, but so when the acceleration is equal to 0, we know force will be equal to mass multiplied acceleration, therefore the force also will be equal to 0. When the force acting on a body is 0, means that net force acting on a body is 0, then there are two possibilities. One is the body is not moving, otherwise both the bodies are moving with the same velocity throughout the motion. So the bodies are moving with the same velocity in this case. During the P ascends and Q descends, means motion is there, but it is having the same velocity throughout because there is no acceleration, so no net force. In that case, what happens is that P is suddenly stopped. Find the time that elapses before the string is again tight. Just a minute. So we are now going to work out the third question. So if you don't get this idea, you can never solve the problem. When both masses are same and you find the acceleration, then m1 minus m2 will be equal to 0. What is this? 0 means how will the body move? then during the motion, how one body can move upwards, another body can move downwards, how it is possible, but it is given like that only in the question. So for that, remember that when a body is moving with constant velocity, or when the acceleration of any body is equal to 0, then either the body will be at rest or else the body will move with constant velocity. Now, when velocity is constant, then what will happen is acceleration will change in velocity by time. So acceleration will be change in velocity by time. When velocity is constant, both are equal. So acceleration will be 0. So note this point. When acceleration is 0, velocity also, body is moving, but that velocity will be constant. So don't think that no force is there, means body will not move. No, it can move without any change in velocity. Is here. Force is equal to acceleration, so force is 0 when velocity is constant. So when there is no force, there are two possibilities. One is that either the body will not move or it will move with a constant velocity, so that no change in velocity, acceleration will be 0, therefore force is also 0. So net force F2 minus F1 will be equal to 0. So F2 equal to F1, that only is given, two equal masses. So PE and QG are equal. So the two forces are equal. So supporting minus opposing force, therefore, will be equal to 0. So you have to now consider that the bodies are moving with constant velocity. Right. So P descends coming down. Q ascends. So show the two masses over the pulley, and the two masses are connected by a string. Both are equal. One is P and the other one is Q. So P is descending and Q ascends. Q is moving up, P is moving down. If P be suddenly stopped, find the time that elapses before the string is again. So suddenly stopped means, what is the meaning? Sir, for how much time that is not given? The meaning of suddenly stopped and then the motion is there means you stop it. So this will not move, only this will move. Means now the motion is purely under gravity. Stopped. And after stopping what? Then motion is there. Means it's stopped and removed. That's all. So this is moving up. And we know time for, when it is purely a motion under gravity now, then time of rise is also equal to time of fall. When Q comes back to the original position, so when Q comes back to the original position, then after going up and coming down, Q will be having the same height, therefore height will be equal to 0. When it comes back to the same position, first it goes up, then the string will be loose. And it will fall down. The string will become tighter and tighter. Now it is fully tight, because where it was before, it is coming back to the same position. So it will be again tight. So now see, so when it will be tight again, we have understood. Now we have to find out the time. So when it stops, this goes up and comes down, then the string will be tight. When it is tight again, for that this mass Q will have to come back to the same original position, but when it comes back to the same original position, this is hold under some force which will not move it, and the other one will be moving. So this is motion under gravity, and when it is going up against gravity, it will come to rest and then come back again to the same height. When it comes back to the same height, first it is loose, then coming back to the same place. So it is in the original position. So again this string will be tight. For that, how much time will be taken? So when the Q for motion under gravity is coming back to the same height, then starting point same height, final point same height, it is equal to 0. Already we have studied that when a body moves up and while falling down reaches the same point, then whatever velocity is there now, it will have the same velocity after falling down. And what is that velocity is what we will have to find. So when you just hold P and let it free, so when you are holding it, then Q alone is moving, goes to some height and comes down. So when you are holding the mass P, at the time only Q is in motion. So it will become motion under gravity. It will become a case of motion under gravity. So for motion under gravity, you have to, when the body comes back to the starting point and final point, the height, it's not there. Because going up, coming back, it will be h minus h0, shown here. Then, when the height is 0, either take upward motion positive for 0 positive height acceleration in the upward direction is negative. But whatever velocity is there, when you are holding this, then that is upward direction we are taking positive, therefore G will be negative. Otherwise, if you imagine that h is equal to 0 downwards, in the downward direction G is positive. If G is positive, then what you will get is, at the beginning, body is moving up. We are taking downward direction as positive, so the upward motion will become negative. So minus ut plus half gt square is equal to 0. When you are having 0 on the other side, then a minus b or b minus a, well, you will get the same result. So that's why I have told you that here, whatever you want, you can take. So if we take the upward direction as positive, so I have taken plus u in the upward. In that direction, h is 0 upwards, upward direction means g is negative, so minus half g into t square. Therefore, taking the minus sign to the other side, then what we will now get is plus half gt square plus half gt square, gt square. On the other side, it is only u into t. 1t will get cancelled. Please note, this is the value of u when you are holding this. So with u goes some height, comes back. Again the velocity will be u. So this is not the starting velocity. Already whatever velocity is there, that is the velocity you are going to take for q when it is going alone, upward and coming down. Or you can tell that this is the starting velocity when you hold this. So both ways it is correct. So now 1t will get cancelled, therefore you will get half gt is equal to u. So now find what is the time. Therefore t will be equal to 2u by g. So that is the answer. So with this, the problem will get over. So here what many people cannot is that when you are holding the mass free for a split second and then taking it out, only for that time, holding it and taking it out, for that time this will go up and come back. Whatever be the time, we are not bothered. We have now proved it is equal to 2 by, where u is the velocity when you are holding the other mass. Holding the other mass, u is the velocity of q with which it will go up and come back. So it is not the starting velocity. It is the velocity when you hold the mass p. Or you can say it is the starting velocity when you hold this for the other mass. Then the time taken will be equal to 2u by g. We have defined what is u. It is a velocity at the start when the other mass is just held and then left. So, if P be suddenly stops, that's all. Okay. So with this, the third question is also over, and we are going to solve even more problems, but I want to now take up examination questions in the next consignment, and that will be all multiple choice questions. We will work out a lot of exam questions, note that. But after everything is over, then we will be having further more time. So that working out of the examination questions will be little later, and the examination questions means it will give you the confidence that whatever we have done is so good that we can ourselves now solve all the examination questions, which are only multiple choice. But it is a later stage. And thereafter, we will also need pattern questions, 180 questions with 720 marks. So we will not spare you, man. We'll simply keep on holding you until you get a rank. I have told you all this beforehand itself. Yes, we'll keep on holding you. Even if you try to run away, we will catch you. Come back, sit, listen, get the rank, study well. All the best. Okay. With this, as I've already told you, questions given are good enough that you will be able to understand the entire chapter. Thereafter, we will now move on to the other chapter, which is about rotational dynamics. Here we are going to study, it's fairly a big chapter, we are going to study about that. And after covering a few more chapters, that +1 syllabus will get over, then we will have to see all about the +2 topics. Once all that is over, thereafter it is going to be only working out questions, multiple choice questions, exam type questions, and all that will be online only. Note that.